Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday on the Leek. I'm John as always, and we are here for another Core Set M 2021 draft. Traditional draft, best of 3 of course, because best of 1's not real. And yeah, we're going to draft it. I like this format so far. It feels like actual drafting to me. It doesn't feel as on rails. The archetypes are not quite so, you must draft this. And that's how I like to draft. I haven't quite found this set to be the hyper aggro set that people are saying. There's definitely aggro in it. You have to be prepared for it, but be prepared for it by playing a shock or 2 or 7 if you can. Here we're going to take Solemn Simulacrum. It's a great card and it's going to go in literally every deck that we could ever possibly play. Beyond that, there's a Immolator, which is pretty good, a Ghostlight, a Shock, a Visionary. I've had success with Replicator. You obviously have to draft pretty specifically for it, but if you have like 3-4 pairs of cards, they're really good, and I've actually played them as pairs themselves a fair bit. But we can take the Solemn Simulacrum. It's a good start. We have no idea where we're going to go, but we have a very good card to take us there. Scorching Dragonfire getting past is great. Somebody took a rare, so nothing matters here. Nothing is telling us that red is open, but Scorching Dragonfire is incredible. It's super early interaction. It's actually relatively late interaction. It kills a huge percentage of the format. I want to say 70-something% of the format. It is great. It's better than the Finishing Blow. Finishing Blow being 5 makes it a little bit less good. Still good. People are down on black, saying black is the worst. But I've seen people saying black is the worst because it's overdrafted, but that means it's good. It's just overdrafted. This is how draft works, people. Don't get too locked into thinking that this color is bad because tomorrow that color might be good. Yeah, let's take the Dragonfire here. So here we get a Gaggle Master, a Sanctum of Stone Fangs. I have played the Sanctums more than I want to admit, and it's actually been fun. On stream on Wednesday, we 3-0'd with a Sanctum, a 3-color, 3-Sanctum deck. It was the greediest deck I've ever played, and it was also one of the easiest 3-0s I've ever had. So I actually might take the Sanctum here, because we can get, this is the best one, and if we get a second one, it can be pretty darn decent. I would like to get the blue one and get into black-blue, but I would go with red. We're giving up to Gaggle Master, but I think white is a little bit overdrafted right now because people think that it is the only way you can win the format, which is actually a lot of best of 1 creeping in. When you hear people saying this is a super aggro format, you're only allowed to draft 2 drops, try to find out what format they're drafting, because I think a lot of them are drafting best of 1, and I think that's coloring their evaluations of the set. So this pack, we've got a Burlfist Oak, which is very good, and then a bunch of cards that are not very good, but are just okay, and a Bloodfell Caves. If we're black-red, this Bloodfell Caves is going to be great. I think good mana is pretty darn solid, so I think I'm just going to take this Bloodfell Caves here. It's not an exciting pick, but I don't think we're losing too much other than potentially a green signal, but I don't even think that big of a green signal. Here we get a bunch of cards that are in the middle kind of territory. There's a Rise Again if we did want to get into black a little bit more. This card's fine. The Reanimator decks, I think people are down on Reanimator decks because they want to be reanimating a ton of times, but the Reanimator decks really just reanimate once. Maybe twice if you have a second Rise Again or an Obsessive Stitcher or something. So we could take this. We could also take the green-blue duel, which will help us splash as well. Although I guess that puts us into 4 colors right away, so that's not exactly the duel that I want. But I think that the way to combat the hyper-aggressive decks is to just have a really good, powerful 3-color mid-rangey deck. If you can splash, you can take all the powerful cards, you can stop that early aggro, and actually do some work. But I think we'll take this Rise Again. It was kind of a dead pack for us. There's a blue Sanctum to go with our black Sanctum, and I think we're going to have some fun. We're going to play some Sanctums here. Is it going to be good? I don't know. Probably not, but we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. We could be black, blue, splash red for the Dragonfires. We've got options, but let's take this Sanctum. Here we get a black-blue duel, which I'm pretty happy with, and cards that I don't really want. you know, fine card, fine card, fine card, fine card. Meh. We'll take the dismal backwater. Here we've got cards that don't really excite me either. We could take a red-white crag. I don't know that we're going to, though. I think we might just be on Pitchburn Devils or Arsonist. Arsonist is a nice sort of aggressive start. Pitchburn Devils is a little bit later, but people are really bad at reading this card, remembering this card, and you can really get them in combat. There is a Walking Corpse, but I don't think we're super requiring it, so let's just take this Pitchburn here. So Replicator came back, Hobble Friend, and Siege Striker, interestingly, with Dub. White actually looking a bit open here. I don't know that I super want to jump into it, though. I think I'm going to take this Replicator, and we'll start valuing pairs, I suppose. I guess if we're red-black, we could take Hobble Friend here. Let's take Hobble Friend. Here we don't get much. We get a Prismite, a Silent Dart. I'm not going to play any of these cards in this deck, I don't believe. Let's take the Prismite for the sideboard. Wishcoin Crab, Radiant Fountain. Nothing I'm stoked about here. We can take the Crab. We still could be red-blue, splash black for the Sanctum. I would love to see the red Sanctum. That would be very good. I don't hate an Anake Ogre. It can attack, and if we're killing the things that could block it, then we're getting in for a whole bunch of damage. Better than a Rookie Mistake or a Legion's Judgment. Bit of a weird start to the draft, but I think it looks okay. And the reason this looks okay is that you don't have to draft decks the way that I was yelled at in Ikoria. You draft cards, you draft properly, and you're not stuck into an archetype. We can take this Forgotten Sentinel, but I doubt we play it. We can take this Forgotten Sentinel, but I doubt we play it. We can take this Makeshift Battalion. That shouldn't go late pick. Perhaps this draft pod is in the know that white is overdrafted. Heartfire Immolator is just a very good card. Havoc Jester also would work if we end up black-red with Hobble Friends and such, but Heartfire Immolator just does a lot of work. There's a Magmut here that I would really like. A second Hobble Friend could come back around. If we're heavy into red-black sack, we could play Cage Zombie, but I think it's pretty hard to not just take the Immolator here. Yeah, let's take Immolator. Second Scorching Dragonfire is the easy pick here. This is actually a really good pack. There's a Dragonfire, a Feat, a Face Fetters, a Capture Sphere, a Kraken is fine. Palladium Mirror's decent, but we're just taking Dragonfire. Dragonfire is premium card. We've got a Shock, which is also very good. In a lot of sets it's not as good, but in this set it kills like 50% of the format, which is powerful. There's a Spellgorger Weird that I'd kind of like if we do in fact end up into a red-blue kind of deck, but we know we're red, so let's take the red card that's good, regardless of what else we're doing. Okay. So the black's not exciting, the blue kind of is. I've played a lot of blue-red spells in this format. We don't quite have the payoffs for it, really. We don't have Goblin Wizardry, we don't have Mistral Singers, but we can get there. And we can also just be blue-red tempo. We don't have to have, all of the spells payoffs, and I think it's better than an Arsonist. So let's take the Rain. There's the red Sanctum. We have 3 Sanctums. Let's do it. Let's give it a go. I think we're going to be red-blue, splash black for the Sanctum, and then we'll splash black for powerful bombs, maybe a finishing blow. But yeah, here we go. Sanctums aplenty. There's a Wizardry, which is better than an Anima, better than a Miscast, better than a Hobble Friend in our deck now. So let's take that Wizardry. So we're not playing Rise again in this deck. That's gone. Hobble Friend may or may not make it. It's much less good if we're not doing something with it. It's still fine, you know, if our wizardry tokens just aren't prowessing that much. We can just sack them. Super late shock. There's also a rain there, and rain is great, but I think second shock with 2 Dragonfires is just fantastic. So let's take that. It's going to really put a damper on early aggro, except for Seasoned Hallowblade, a card that is better than Baneslayer Angel. It's not. We'll take Swiftwater Cliffs here. It's the 2 colors that we're planning on playing, despite what the deck currently looks like. Currently we're mono red splash 2 colors. But yeah, let's take Swiftwater. Good mana is good. Getting a Magmut I really kind of like. It's just inevitable damage. We get in for 2 while we can, and then we get in for 1 unblockable, essentially. Better than Protege here, I think. Better than a second Hobble Friend. Onake Ogre probably won't get played, but it's the only card for us here. Red-green duel? I mean, if we get a green shrine... we're not playing an Igneous Cur, we're not playing a Destructive Tampering, so we can take the duel. Unlikely to really be valuable, but we'll go with it. Goblin Arsonist, sure. Onake Ogre number 3, sure. Fur of the Bitten, Radiant Fountain. Alright, pack 3, so many dual lands. So many dual lands. We've got an Opt, a Rewind, a Turn to Slag, a Chrome Replicator. Replicator, how are you doing, bud? Not good, eh? Because we don't really want to play too many of these ogres. We might play 1. I think we just take the turn to slag here. More removal. If our opponent doesn't have creatures, our 4/2s get through really well. I think it's better than Rewind. I just don't think Rewind is all that good at all. So, yeah, let's take turn to slag. Here we've got a second Magmut, a Sky Scanner. That's about it. So our colors look, and this is the important thing to always remember with your packs. When you look at a pack like this and you go, oh, my colors are being taken. Somebody took a rare. It's pick 2. These cards have literally 0 signals. It's just our colors weren't super here. So we've got a Magmut or a Sky Scanner. I think I just want the second Magmut. I think we're just a tempo deck. We're a heavy red with a bit of blue and a bit of black tempo deck. That also has a bit of a shrine package. Heartfire Immolator is a fantastic pickup. There's also a Mistral Singer, but I think Immolator's just better. So let's grab that. We almost could go mono red. Like, we may not even play that Reign of Revelation depending on what we get here. Pretty good green card. And then cards that we don't super want. We can take another Goblin Arsonist, I guess. I don't think we're playing a 4th Onake Ogre. Bolt Hound. What's our creature count? 12? Bolt Hound's good. I don't think it's... Maybe it is for our deck. There's a Wizardry, though. How can I pass up Wizardry? How many non-creature spells do we have? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? That's a lot. I think we actually want Bolt Hound. I don't think we're exactly the Wizardry deck. I think we're a weird aggro tempo kind of thing. We could take another Arsonist. I think we do. I think this is a weird deck, but I think it could actually do some really good work. Another Shock. I'll certainly take another Shock. 29, 26, 25, 24, 23. So we just have enough playables at this point. A tap Scry Mountain. I think I'll play a tap Scry Mountain. We're not playing the red-green duel. But holy moly. I think we have a mono red deck splashing for 2 Sanctums. Weird. So Chrome Replicator, how do you look now? Magmut, Arsonist, Ogre. Now Chrome Replicator looks a lot better. So we're going to pick that up. Sure Strike. So we're not playing Rain. It's 29, 26, 25, 24, 23. So this is 23 playables. I don't think we can go to 16 lands, despite our, we'll take the Arsonist here. I don't think we can go to 16 lands, despite the lack of color variation. Just because we do have 3 5-drops, 3 4-drops. Maybe we can do 16. Maybe we can do 16. Take a Frost Breath. Maybe we can do 16. Are all of our duels red? All of this Dismal Backwater would suck if we had like that in our opening hand as our land. So 43 cards, eh? 7, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we cut 1 and then we need 2 more cuts. I guess I miscounted somewhere. Okay, so we've got 3, 4 black sources. That's 1 too many black sources. Or sorry, we've got... Here we go. There's 3 black sources. And then blue sources, we've got 3, 4, 5. There's 3 black sources. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's 16 lands. So what would we cut? We could cut the Sure Strike, because I don't know that we need it with all of the removal that we have. And we could cut one of these Ogres. We still have a ton of duplicates for the Chrome Replicator. Or maybe one of the Arsonists. Maybe 3 Arsonists is just too many Arsonists. Yeah. I think we can go with that. It's a weird deck. I don't know how we ended up with this. Go back and watch the draft again and let me know. But let's go and play some matches. So I have no idea what the play pattern's going to be of this deck. We're gonna play early threats. We're gonna kill their threats, and then we're gonna try to get there. We're gonna have the most trouble against, I think, like green and Dreadmaws. Dreadmaws will wreck us. So this is a Sanctum on turn 3 due to the tap nature, but I think we can go with this. We get a bit of a scry, try to find ourselves another 3rd land. Could be okay. Could be okay. We're going to mute our friend and their cat. This is one of the pets that doesn't mute. Sure wish Arena would fix that bug. Alright, let's drop the temple. Island on top. I think I'm actually... Am I okay with that? I'm probably okay with that. We're playing Dismal Backwater next anyways, but... I think we're probably okay with it. Mountain, sure. Let's drop that Dismal Backwater and pass the turn. We've got Shock Up. If we can get an X2 here, or an X1. X3 doesn't quite do it. Dragonfire would do it, though. I don't think we're under any pressure from this Pyroling. If they play a Furor of the Bitten, it would be annoying. People don't really play that card, so let's just get the Sanctum down. That way we're taking 0 damage if there's not any shenanigans going on here. Onake Ogre? Well, that's a shock target. That's a shock target and a half. So we get to drain them, and then we get to drop the Onake Ogre. I've had a real problem of people slow playing on Arena lately. Of people just not paying attention or not respecting time or something. I'm not a big fan. So this is other creatures get +1/+0. So we could start an aggressive attack here, or we could drop an Onake Ogre that stops blocks. Let's just get aggressive. Let's just get aggressive, because we've got a Scorching Dragonfire for whatever they play and or that Pyroling. And this is 3 damage a turn that we're doing to them. I think it's a fine start. I think it's a fine start. Now, is our opponent mono red or are they color screwed? I'd have a feeling they're color screwed. Let's entertain ourselves while we wait for our opponent by making that friend burst out of the lava. Look at him. He's so angry. Thrill of possibility, sure thing. Pitching a Forgotten Sentinel. I wonder if they're mono red too. I wonder if 2 mono red decks got paired up against each other. Alright, let's get in for another 3. We'll drop our Onake Ogre. They missed a land drop there, so we might be pretty okay here. If they miss doing anything here, we've got them at 13. We kill the Pyroling. We get in for 7. We take them to 6. Following turn, they'll be at 5. Scorching Dragonfire, sure. Sure. Opponent still thinks they're racing us. Well, that Sanctum's going to be real nice with that Sanctum. So this drops them down to around a 5-turn clock. Lower if we can keep hitting in with the Bolt Hound. I think they're mono red. Alright, so we've got them at 9 off the Sanctums. Forgotten Sentinel? Sure. I will Dragonfire that. Opponent still thinks they're going to get us below 20 someday, but they are not. Alright, so we get to draw 2 and discard 1. Sounds good to me. Let's pitch the Replicator. Because that gives us the most that we can do with our mana. Get in for 2 here. And then let's drop an Ogre holding up the Dragonfire. So they're currently sitting on 5. So they are on a 4-turn clock just from the Sanctums. If they wipe my board and get double strike, they still don't race me. Turret Ogre, that's fine. A-okay. Pyroling is a 2-3 double strike. Good for it. Alright, let's kill off the Reachy Boy. Alright, so we're going to Sanctum, drain, draw 2 cards, discard a Immolator. Let's turn to slag the Forgotten Sentinel. And then smash on in. They're going to have to block the 5-2. We're going to take them to 3. And they're pretty dead. Deck's firing on all cylinders, but how hilarious is it that we draft basically a mono red deck? Something I've never seen in this format yet. I've heard people doing it. And then we get paired against a mono red deck. Arena, I don't trust you. I don't trust you one bit. But we all know that. We all know my lack of trust in Arena. Alright, very, very, very impossible for them to win here, I think. Even if they shock, they're still just dead in 2 turns from Sanctums. And there we go. Itchy as hell knows. Okay, so they're mono red. Mono red, like 4-drop X. We won. Never mind. Never you mind. Our mono red deck better than their mono red deck. 1-0. 1-0. Good start. Let's play more. What a weird deck. How did we end up in this? I have no idea, but it's working. Let's keep it working, shall we? And this is the thing, you can't do this in Ikoria, you can't do this in Theros. This is not a supported archetype, but it's something that we did. It's something that we drafted, and we found ourselves in, and I like the deck. And this is draft. Draft should be creative and freeform. It shouldn't be on rails. Boy, but this mulligan decision's on rails. Boop. That's better. That's better. We will pitch the Onake over. Oh man, I have a sneeze coming on, and I'm gonna have to hope that I hit the mute button in time. If not, prepare your ear holes. I think I kicked up some dust or something here. All right, so we've got Bloodfell Caves into Island, Immolator, Land, Bolthound, potentially hit for 5. Sanctum, start finding stuff. Seems like a good start. Potentially good start. We're going to have to mute our friend and their fox, because we can actually mute this one. Yeah, you go to sleep. GTS. Alright, Immolator Magmut. So our opponent's on the red-white, haha, aggro plan. Which means maybe we get run over. It's possible. It happens. I still do not believe that it's the best thing to do in the format. And a way to combat this deck is to trade. Just keep stuff off their board. Feat of resistance? Sure. So Shock's not going to be quite as good. So we're going to drop a Bolthound here. And we're not blocking, so let's get in for 2. And so here's the thing. Red-white aggro is going to look really good, and it's going to be, you know, if our opponent beats us, it's going to be real easy for them to beat us. But, like, if we just hit a Scorching Dragonfire, which we're failing at doing here, they're down to basically no cards, and we're going to kind of steamroll a little bit. So do I want to get the Sanctum down, or do I just want to hold up the Shocks? That would be 7 that we take. Let's assume they don't have much in hand. Let's get in for 2 and drop the Sanctum. And then we'll check back in next turn as to how dead we happen to be. Because our Scorching Dragonfires are going to be amazing against this board right now, depending on how many feats they have. If they have Dub, then I'm just going to cry. Thrill pitching a land, sure, they find a land. Alright, if they dub, then we are 100% on finding turn to slag. Or we're toast. Ow, ow. Pyroling, sure. Man, those X3s just making us look like a chump, eh? Let's draw a land, or draw a card. Of course it's a land. Let's pitch a land. Let's drop the Swiftwater Cliffs, gain a life back at least. And we'll pass the turn holding up Shocks. Shock, 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 shocks. Everybody. I don't think we're going to live through this one. We have a bit too many lands. Alright, so we're going to shock that and shock it. And shock it real good. Haha, we 2 for 2'd them. Got them. And by got them, I mean we're going to take 7. Got him. Got him good. Got him so good. That's a land I don't want. Let's draw another card. That's a Magmut, which we could play. Okay, so these 2 will be able to block. So let's drop the Blackwater, get ourselves another life here. Fryn Wingmare. Okay, that represents death very quickly. We're going to double block the 4. We'll go to 3. And we're in trouble. Heartfire Immolator sort of helps. Chrome Replicator, not so much. So Heartfire Immolator allows us to block the Magma, sack and kill the Wingmare, and we buy ourselves a turn. Hobble Friend, okay. Still significantly in trouble. So block. Sack, kill, they'll sack it to Hobble Friend. And then I think we're dead, because we can't draw 2 cards. We could draw 1 Scorching Dragonfire and kill 1 thing, but then we die. So the aggro deck beat us. We had, again, a lot of lands and not quite the early start that we wanted, but aggro will do that. Whereas if we had drawn... Like, if we had drawn 1 Dragonfire instead of a land, they'd have a 2-1? They'd have a 2-1 and 1 card? We'd actually be, you know, kind of up there. So play aggro if you want, and you will get a good number of wins, and some of those wins will be basically free. But be careful at taking advice 5 days into the format that the format is this kind of format. Because it's a lot of people doing hot takes, trying to get views and trying to get clicks. And next week, it'll be a tempo format. And the week after that, it's actually a control format. And then the week after that, it was actually an aggro format. Okay, well, I'll take the timeout win. I ain't too proud. I ain't too proud at all. Ain't too proud. So our opponent's not even there. So I wonder if it was a disconnect. There, now they're there. Now they're there. I saw a highlight of the Wingmare. Almost used the timeout, but not quite. I wonder if perhaps they were going to twitch.tv/themanaleak to see if they could see if I was streaming. That's a land. So the Sanctum's not going to do anything. We may as well not show them that. Let's go to game 2. So, a lot of X3s. Why are there so many X3s? Stop with the X3s. Let's go with a Sure Strike over the Replicator. Pitchburn Devils, I think, will still be pretty good. There's a possibility that we could play a Radiant Fountain. Alright, I think we'll go with that. Let's draw a little bit better. Hope that they draw a little bit worse. Kind of the go-to plan for the aggro matchup. But yeah, I've seen people saying that 5-drops are unplayable, which is BS. Some of my best decks, some of my 3-0s have had a bunch of 5-drops. I've played Reanimator. I've had success with Reanimator. I've had success with 3 colors. I don't see this as the one-dimensional format that everybody's complaining about. And again, I think that's because so many people are talking about Best of 1. And Best of 1 is just a different format that honestly is not actually Magic. Don't play it. Don't play it. Your rank doesn't actually matter. Alright, so now we are the aggro deck. So we'll drop our tap land and play nothing on turn 2 in our aggro deck. If they whiff on turn 2, we might be in decent shape. Chandra's Magmut. I'm pretty okay to go slammy here. If they trade with Bolthound, I'm good with that. Sold. What you got for 3? A Pyroling, eh? You want to block? You do? I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for that at all. Yeah, we're just going to Immolator this, I think. Immolator. Pew pew. Let's continue on. So I think we're going to play a Simulacrum here. Boy, once again, looking like a mono-red deck that we're up against, kind of. But we know that they are white. Pitchburn Devils, we can cast that. I'll keep that on top. Oh, but Solemn's going to shuffle our library, eh? Solemn's going to shuffle our library. I'm fine with that. And we can go and get a swamp that we don't currently have. Super stuck on mono red. I think aggro decks are probably also a good intro to people who, because I think a significant portion of people drafting on Arena aren't drafters. They're people opening packs to get cards. They're people who are doing this thing called drafting. It's kind of like Momir, but it's a little bit more fun. And so aggro decks are easy, right? You take the low drops and you click attack with all. There's a lot more to that. I'm a mono red Canadian Highlander player. It's not as simple as anybody has ever said it is. But it's an easy thing to draft. So I can kind of understand that. Turn to slag's decent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go Magmut. We're going to go Magmut Ogre. No, they're not packing removal. Okay. Well, turn to slag, and we're going to represent 6 damage coming in. Vryn Wingmare. Well, we'll shock that, because they don't have feet up. And then let's smashy, and we get to drop a Goblin Wizardry here. So we'll drop a Goblin Wizardry on their turn, potentially turn to slag a singular creature, and get in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, that's almost lethal. Unfortunately, they didn't play a creature, so we're just going to get in for a lot instead of a lot. I would have liked to have gotten in for a lot, but yeah, you do what you can, I suppose. Hobble Friend, sure thing. Basari. I've been watching too much Semulin. Basri's Acolyte. So we will turn to slag the Acolyte. So what are they doing right now? They're going up to 5, blocking. Yeah, so we're going to go shock on Hobble Friend. Prowess. Let's see if they... Nope, they don't sack the Acolyte. So here, they block, they go to 5, they take 6. They're currently dead, but let's make them really dead, shall we? There we go. Successfully made them really dead. -9 dead. -9 dead. So there you go. Aggro decks. Stumble. And you don't quite get there. Man, they have so many X3s. This is like this is like the evolution of the aggro deck. The aggro decks way back in the heady days of 2 days ago were X1s. That makes shocks look less good. I still like my 3 shocks, but it makes shocks look less good. I think we just go back in. Go back in, hope they have a turn like that. Hope we have a draw like that. And see how it goes. I would love to 2-0 into the finals again. Okay, we've got one of our colors. We've got Arsonist, Shock, Hobble Friend. Only thing that really kills us is if we flood out. They didn't play a land. Did they accidentally F6? Did they keep a no-lander? I don't know what they did, but I'll take it. Let's bash in for 1. Drop a Hobble Friend. If they play an X2 or an X1, I think we're in a shape that is good. X2, awesome. Love it. We are going to drop our blue-black duel. Shock the Magmut. Get on in for 3. Draw no more lands, and I think we're in pretty decent shape here. Wingmare, awesome. That's so good. We get to sack the Arsonist, kill the Wingmare. Don't even have to pay extra mana for it because it's not a spell, it's an ability. Sure Strike could do some serious work here. We'll drop the Caves, we'll drop the Ogre. That's a 2-turn clock at the moment. Just don't kill my dudes. Sure. So they've got a feat of resistance, is my assumption. So we can tell our opponent to show us defeat. Show us defeat. They don't have the feat. So 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not quite lethal, so we're not going to use the Sure Strike here. But we're in a good shape. We're in a shape that is good. Oh, honey, that comes in tapped. We got there. 2-0. 2-0. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. All right, into the finals with super weird mono red 3 Sanctum dot deck. I'll take it. I'll take it. Off we go. Off we go. This deck would be wild to 3-0 with, but I think the consistency is just there. I think the fact that we got, what, 6 red removal spells could do some serious work. All right, so we're not on the play. We've got Magmut or Immolator on 2. We've got the color for the Sanctum in hand. Should be okay. Aggro deck, of course. Always with the aggro. Ooh, is this a mono white aggro deck perhaps? Let's drop the Immolator. Just because it ruins days a little bit more than the Magmut would. White-green, okay. Warded Battlement. Ooh, it's a Battlements deck. I've tried one of these. It worked-ish? Let's go with worked-ish. So, we are going to drop a Temple and Scry. Dragonfire I like quite a bit. And then we're gonna come on and slam. They trust that I have a spell. I do not. And we're gonna drop the Magmut. So green scares me, because again, we don't have a way of dealing with the thingies, you know, the thingies. We're going to Scorching Dragonfire the Swooper. And we're going to smash on in for 3. Smash on in for 3, we'll ping them for 1 end of their turn. And then I guess we'll start getting the Sanctums down. Unfortunately, we don't have the Black Sanctum yet, but it's okay. A Siege Striker, that's kind of gross with a sword. Although Immolator just says, LOL no. And we'll ping our opponent. Land, pretty nifty. I would like to start drawing cards. And we'll play this land, so that we can play our Replicator if need be, or our Turn to Slag, or our Pitchburn Devils, or etc. Alpine Watchdog, dog with a sword, sure. Ooh, no dog with a sword. But why? So you're keeping up feat of resistance, I guess? We will draw our card. Goblin Arsonist is nifty. I'm going to pitch land. And then we'll play Sanctum. So now our lands look great that we draw. We'll drop the Arsonist and we'll pass the turn. I'm assuming they have feet or Titanic Growth. There's a reason they didn't equip that sword. Alright, we need to kill them before Dreadmaws or such. Even the Acolyte's kind of not a thing I'm a super big fan of. Counters aplenty. Sword up a dog. I will double block that dog, I think. Because we get to kill the dog. And again, keeping aggro decks low on creatures is kind of key. Kind of key. Alright, so we get to draw 3 cards this turn, basically. Discard 1. Hey, Sanctum of Stonefangs. How's it going? We're going to drop the Replicator out of here. Let's pop this Sanctum down, and let's get an Immolator down. Immolator doesn't exactly stop it. Let's drop the Ogre instead. So we're draining 3 a turn. Our lands are now lightning bolts for creatures. We're also drawing a lot of cards. This is a May ability, right? It's a May ability. Okay. That's a big ol' Acolyte. Man, I hate Dub. Dub is a card that is not good. But when you can't interact with it, it is too good, I would say. We're going to pitch the Wizardry, and then we do get to kill this Acolyte, thankfully. We get to ditch a land, deal 3, ditch a land, deal 3. So there we go. We found our way through the Acolyte. We get to swing in for 4, and we get to drop an Ogre. Yeah, I think Ogre's a good idea here. So there we go. Sanctum saved our butts for that moment in time. And now we've got them on a relatively low clock. Gonna have to keep an eye on our deck, though, if this game goes too much longer. With us drawing 4 cards a turn, we're actually drawing our deck in 5 turns. Magmut, cool. So let's drain him for 3. Let's draw 3 cards, discard 1. Bolt Hound. Bolt Hound with haste is pretty nice. But Magmut lets us kind of get going. So we're going to try to kill this off with a shock and a land. So there's a bolt. And there's a shock. Bolt and shock. Show me defeat. Angelic Ascension. Cute. Cute. Well, you're going to have to trade that angel, though, friend. Gonna have to trade that angel. Okay, there's the Feat of Resistance, sure. So we still take them to 4. They're still dead very quick, especially with this Magmut. So they're going to lethal next turn if they can't gain some life. Because they're going to 3 and then we'll Magmut them to 1. Anointed Chorister, that's not going to gain them life. Nope, still not going to gain them life. If they had a Truffle Snout, they could have bought a turn, but that did some work. Unfortunately, we're up against green, the color that can definitely kill our shrines. But as we found out, we don't actually need the shrines. We have many other ways of winning. I'm going to actually take this Chrome Replicator out. It hasn't done the work that I've wanted to, and put the Sure Strike in. I think it could do some pretty good work. So let's go back in, win, and 3-0. Lose, and we get a game 3. Lose that game and we 2-1, which is fine. It's not fine monetarily, but it's fine. I'll tell you, there's nothing more stressful than actually tracking your money lost on Arena. Remember, those gems were at one point real dollars. Unless you're only drafting once every week and a half and they're all free gems, in which case sure, but as a content creator, those gems are dollars. All right, win away from closing this out. That's a start. That's a start. Short sword? Sure. I think people are too into the aggro thing. I think they're too into it. So neither of these are going to trade with that. It's going to be a 3-3. Immolator has a potential of someday being able to be a 3-3 that can be sacked to kill it, I guess. The Vigilance is going to make the... Ooh, Warded Battlements. Whoa, okay. I would not have offered that trade at all. We're going to go with Magmut Hold Up Shock, because if we get another X2 here, we're going to have destroyed so many of their resources. That is an X2, and they're going to put a sword on it. And they're going to feel sad. Oh, they're going to feel so sad. Ooh, now we feel sad. Now we are the ones who feel sad. So we're going to get in for 3 here. And see what they've got left in their hand, I guess. Siege Striker. Okay, well, we would like to find a couple more lands and turn to slag that, or otherwise murder and maim it. Yep, that'll do. That'll do. That'll do real well. Smash in for 3, they're down to 1 card. Who needs our blue and black lands? Who needs a 4th land? Not me. Well, now I kind of need a 4th and also 5th land. Because that's a lot of life gain they're threatening there. Oh god, I hate dubs so much. Alright, 1 land and things are better. 1 land and things are better. So we'll pass the turn. That represents a 7/7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We cannot block that. God, it has first... Oh, to hell with everything about this card. And by this card, I mean dub. It's so non-interactive. Alright, so we'll block here. They can gain their 8 life. Enjoy your 8 life. If we draw a land, we're good. Just draw a land and we're good. Literally any land, and we are so good. Not a land. Pas de land. No attacks. We need our blocks. They did not gain 8 life. They're so representing defeat. Alright, block with Bolt Hound. Oh, did I forget a ping there? I think I did. Block with Bolt Hound. Ping them. Dragonfire the battlements. I'm certain they're representing defeat, or maybe Angelic Ascension. Yeah, there we go. There's the Angelic Ascension. Gross. We just cannot get there. We just can't get there. Super stuck on 4 lands. We've got 12. Half our deck is lands. Yeah, we'll put in a block. Go to 16. They'll go to 30 something. 34. I hate dub. I hate dub. Oh, hi, bud. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. That's not the land I was looking for. Not the land I was looking for. Okay, so we're super dead. We're super dead. We had no chance here. Again, dub. It's just like... it's such a bad card that ruins games. I really dislike it as a design. Maybe it's good for a core set. Maybe it's designed to just be like, here's a card that a new player can play that will win them games out of nowhere. Enjoy. So we take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 here. We go to 1. Ugh. There's the land. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. Okay. Would have been fine there if we weren't stuck on 4 lands. Would have been fine if not for dub. So, I think we just go back in. That was just luck, really. But yeah, Dub is such an interesting card because it's a card I don't want to see printed again because it's a bad card. It's blown out a billion different ways. But if you don't blow it out, it's incredibly, like, impossible to interact with in combat. First Strike, I think, probably shouldn't be costed quite that low, or shouldn't have +2/+2 attached to it. Anyways, this hand is looking quite good. We've got some very serious blowout potentials. Like, super serious blowout potentials with Dragonfire Shock. Makeshift Battalion? Sure. Sure thing, Areno. Let's just get the beats going. Let's get a pair of 4/2s down with removal for backup. This is a 2-turn clock for them. This was a 2-turn clock for them. Well, we can try to demolish their resources. But I think we'll just drop Solemn Simulacrum. Seasoned Hellblade is stupidly good. We're going to drop the Swamp so that we have Sanctum up. And we won't attack here. But it's going to be nigh on impossible to kill that Hallowed Blade. I guess we try to win through Sanctum. We need to, like, top deck Shrine Island Shrine. Uninteractable cards. I'm not a fan. Ooh, but what if they try to attack with the Hallowblade here? That would be the best thing in the world. Yes! Oh, opponent. Opponent, you're going to take 10. You're going to take 10. Alright, let's 10 them. Let's 10 them good. Drop them to 6. They're going to be at 5 off the Sanctum. They're actually dead if they play a creature that we Dragonfire here. That was a very greedy attack with the Hallowblade, and I think might cost them the game. Watchdog? Sure. I'm a fan of Feat of Resistance not being up. Sure. Dog's got a sword. So single green mana. There's nothing for single green mana. I think we did it. I think we did it. I think we did it. There is something for a single green mana. I got so hard. Okay, so we just smash in and they take 2 and go to 3. Sounds good. I got so hard I forgot about Ranger's Guile. Sure. A-okay. Oh, I should have dropped... No. I should have dropped Hobble Friend so I could have sacked this Ogre. Bit of a mistake, but I think that's fine. So we'll go with Hobble Friend. We'll go with Magmut. So they're going to go to 2. Magmut actually takes them to 1 if we want the unblockable. So still very good shape here. But Hobble Friend should have been a 3/2 here, because we even had the 1 extra mana for it. Even had the 1 extra mana. That looks like lethal to me. That looks like lethal to me. In a variety of ways. You know what? We're not even going to attack. We're not even going to attack. We're going to kill them without combat. Because combat is for chumps. There we go. 3-0. 3-0. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Mono red, 3-color Sanctum deck. Is good. Is good. I have come up on the Sanctums and I feel awful about it. I feel awful about it. They shouldn't do things, but they just did things. Let me know how M21 is going for you. As I hope I just showed you, you can do interesting creative stuff with this. You're not railroaded into doing one archetype or 3 archetypes. There's a lot of stuff. Read the draft. Think about what you've drafted so far. Change your plans on the fly. Change your evaluations card by card by card, and you'll do much better. Let me know how M21 is going for you. Let me know your bad beat stories. I've heard a lot of them out there. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me over at Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. That's how this outro goes. You can find me at patreon.com/themanleek if you want to help out there. Every week is sponsored by somebody. This week was sponsored by Ike, so thank you very much. But if you do have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Like, share, subscribe. See y'all next time.